The great state of Nevada proudly casts all of its 26 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Nevada, 26 votes, President Trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Oklahoma, 43 delegates.
Welcome in.
I am Dom, Republican Party Chairman of the great state of Oklahoma, the crossroads of our country, and the first state.
You guys, I have this live set up. The RNC is going on right now. Donald Trump's said he's supposed to announce the VP pick. Let me make sure that I got you guys rolling in here. One sec. Live stream is on. Okay, we have some people in here. Perfect. All right. I messed up. I didn't have the mic going. Let me just pull it up on here. Let you guys listen in.
3 votes, President Trump. West Virginia, 32 delegates.
All right, we're all set up. What's up, Jimmy P?
Madam Chairman,
Devin.
on behalf of the West Virginia delegation,
This guy's coming with a lot of
my name is
vibes.
Patrick Morrissey, and I am very proud to cast all 32 votes for the Mountaineers, where we're always free, and to cast those 32 votes for our former and future president, Donald J. Trump.
These are moments of a lifetime for guys. What's up, everybody? We're waiting for Donald Trump to announce his VP pick. It's supposed to come in around 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be coming in anytime now. That's why I have the thumbnail and title saying Donald Trump announces VP pick. It's not clickbait, y'all. It's not clickbait. Let me just turn my light on. It's supposed to be coming any minute now. Oh, Corey Lewandowski. There's Corey. I don't know who he's representing. New Hampshire. I've met Corey. I've actually worked kind of with him at an event before. Interesting. Turn up their sound. Okay, one sec.
New Hampshire proudly
There we go.
cast
I just had to
all
move away
22
for a sec.
votes from my good friend, the 45th and soon to be 47th
So we are on and pop in.
United States,
Corey Lewandowski.
John Trump.
Donald Trump. He looks hype. He looks hype.
Pursuant to the announcement
Okay, we got
of the
9 of you guys in
delegation and the
here.
rules and procedures of this convention, New Hampshire, 22 votes, President Trump. Nebraska, 36 delegates.
Yeah, you can, Nathan. It should work. It should work.
Madam Secretary, my name is Eric Underwood. I'm the chairman. I present the great state of Nebraska. The good life is our motto, where agriculture, beef and corn is the lifeblood of our economy, where our medical field and university are amongst the top in the nation. But it is our people that embody a Nebraska nice, modest lifestyle. Now to announce
Test it out,
delegate
test it out.
delegation, our delegation co-chair, John Tucker.
Madam Secretary, the great state of Nebraska proudly casts all of its 36 votes for President Trump.
Now can you guys hear him pretty well? Sounds like it's coming through good. Yeah? I can ramp up the...
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures
There you
of
go.
this convention, Nebraska, 36
Hey,
votes,
from Scotland. What's up?
President Trump.
I was hiking in Scotland.
California,
I was hiking in Scotland a few months ago in the West Highland Way. It was absolutely beautiful.
California,
California.
169 delegates.
Let's see if John's there, one of my former clients. Let's see.
California represents nearly 5.4 million registered
Katrina.
Republicans, more than any other state in the nation.
Yeah, percentage-wise, they have like
From
no
its
Republicans.
pristine beaches to its soaring mountains, from expansive deserts to the redwood forests, the Golden State is responsible for securing today's GOP House majority. It will be the state responsible for returning a House majority to Washington this November so that President Trump has a partner in Congress to support his common sense agenda. With the largest delegation in the nation, Madam Secretary, the great state of California proudly casts all of its 169 votes for President Donald Trump.
I wouldn't say it's a great state of California, but that's just my opinion. I want to see really quickly.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation,
Iowa went. My friend is supposedly there.
The great state of Iowa proudly.
There she is. There's Deborah. There's Deborah. Oh, yo, I gotta take a picture real quick. Hold on. It's a little low. Okay. I can turn it up for you guys. 1 second. I gotta send her a picture. Hold on. Yo, that's so cool. She worked some Trump events with me. All right. Let's get back to the live. A little bit low. I'll turn it up.
All of its 40 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
There's Deborah. Wow.
And Madam Secretary,
There
the
she
great
is,
state of Iowa
with her
proudly
MAGA
cast
MAGA
all of
jacket.
its 40 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
The next president of the United
That lady, Deborah, is the reason I got to meet Trump, basically. She helped me go and meet him and get set up in that front row. Hey, Sean, watching
States
from
Donald J.
India. Wow. 25. He's supposed to be announcing anytime soon.
pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedures of this convention, Tennessee, 58 votes, President Trump.
Yeah, we all know they're all going to vote. I mean,
Washington, 43 delegates.
okay. We're going to chill on this delegation stuff because we all know what they're going to say. They're all going to... If you guys want to watch that, go ahead. I don't really give a crap about watching that right now. But what I do want to get to is this VP announcement. Turn my mic down. I'll turn down the mic just a little bit. Hopefully that's better. I'm watching the volumes over here now. Okay, so Trump's VP pick is supposed to be announced anytime now. And supposedly, according to Jack Posobiec, Nikki Haley is now getting a VP push, which the announcement is supposed to come anytime now, between 3 and 3 p.m. I don't see it being Nikki Haley at all, but I do want to show you guys on Laura Loomer is putting out some great tweets. Oh, she must be at the RNC. Okay, here we go. VP announcement at the RNC to take place at 4:30 now. Before it was supposed to be at 3:30 Eastern. President Trump sent out this email today teasing his VP pick announcement. His campaign is announcing the VP pick today at the RNC. His campaign, not him. Let's read the official email. Because before, Laura Loomer said it was supposed to be around 3 or 3:30. So we have a while. The email that got sent out to all the people, which I can even check mine. Should I pick the VP today? But I still haven't made my final decision. Before I make one of the most important decisions of the campaign, I need to hear from you now. Who should I pick as my VP? And then people can probably vote. Who do you guys think? What time is it there now in Milwaukee? It's 3:10 p.m. So in about an hour and 10 minutes, they'll be announcing the VP pick. Is there any chance it's Vivek? I really do not know, but we're going to find out on Twitter and see what's popping off. Trump VP pick. Announce. It's supposed to be at 3:30, but, he should pick Sydney Sweeney, right? I mean, she has whiz and dumb to give to the campaign, right? Come on. We would love to see that. Oh my god. It's like a recruiting pitch, you know? Who do you guys think should be the VP pick? Put it in the chat. We got... How do I make a poll on here? I don't really know how to make polls on... Let's see real quick. Make YouTube live stream chat poll. Is this even possible? Schedule or start a live stream from the bottom of the chat window. Okay. Start a poll. Start a poll. VP pick. Oh, is there only a couple options? I know I'm still a rookie at streaming, you guys. I don't have a second monitor right now, so it's a little confusing to do. So, who should Trump's VP pick be, huh? I'll let you guys watch this while I put this in. Okay?
Born in a trailer park, a veteran of the United States Navy. It's the honor of my life, on behalf of my great state, the Hoosier State, to cast all 58 votes for the greatest president of my lifetime and my friend, Donald Trump. Thank you.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Indiana, 58 votes, President Trump. Georgia, 59 delegates.
Started the poll. I started the poll.
Madam Secretary, I'm Josh McCoon, Chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. Georgia, the Empire State of the South. Georgia, the #1 state to do business in the United States of America.
Here we go.
On November 5th, the Peach State will send 16 electoral votes for the once and future President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And today, we proudly cast all 59 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
The wildest thing is that these people get so hyped to go there, you know, and be at this thing when really they just make this little announcement and then there's a bunch of parties and stuff. But it's a big process to get picked to be a delegate. Like one of my friends that I was showing you guys before, Deborah. She's a great lady. She's worked with the campaign. She's met Trump a bunch of times. But she had to work to get to that position.
I'm a U.S. Senator representing Utah. Utah is a place where we have big families, big hearts, and big ideas. It's a place where we love freedom. We love the Constitution, and we despise tyranny.
I don't know about that.
In Utah, from the Red Rocks to the snow-capped mountains with the greatest snow on Earth, we know what heaven on earth looks like. Utah, the 45th state admitted to the Union, today proudly casts all of its 40 delegate votes for President Donald J. Trump and his newly announced running mate, my friend and colleague, J.D. Vance.
What? Bro, what you talking about? Did he just say that J.D. Vance? No way, bro. Hold up. It was supposed to be announced by the campaign at 4:30. Did this brother just break the news? 5 minutes ago by Charlie Kirk. J.D. Vance is the presidential pick. Oh, man. By Charlie Kirk. Let's see. Ah, there's a Trump Truth Social that came out 5 minutes ago. You guys ready to read this thing? Okay. See, I told y'all it was coming between 3 and 3:30. Let's see who it is. After lengthy deliberation and thought, and considering the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person best suited to assume the position of Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. J.D. honorably served our country in the Marine Corps, graduated from Ohio State University in two years, summa cum laude, and is a Yale Law School graduate, where he was editor of the Yale Law Journal and president of the Yale Law Veterans Associations. Association. JD's book, Hillbilly, is it Elegy? Became a major bestseller and movie as it championed the hardworking men and women of our country. JD has had a very successful business career in technology and finance, and now, during the campaign, will be strongly focused on the people he fought so brilliantly for. The American workers and farmers in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond. It's JD Vance. So are we happy with this pick of JD Vance? Let's make a new poll. Yes. End poll. Okay. Start poll. Only 33% of you guys said JD Vance. So, do we like JD Vance as a VP pick? I don't know that much about him. I do know that one of the things about him is that he, one, is married. He's supposedly a Christian, right? JD Vance. Okay. Wife. JD Vance is supposedly a Christian, but his wife is Hindu, I believe. And they raise their kids two different ways. This was wild to see. I saw this. This is what we know about JD Vance. Where is this interview where he did it like... Bro. Well, right now we're going to see what else anyone else is saying on Twitter about JD Vance. Whoa, Laura Loomer says JD Vance was spotted leaving Ohio in a motorcade. So he's leaving Ohio? Maybe he's getting on the plane to go out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the RNC is headed. Let's see what else we got in here. So he was in the Marines. He was a best-selling author. Wonder what the deal is with his... What's his book? You guys know this about JD Vance? It's right here.
You now, it's a...
All right, let's see what this deal is about JD Vance. Here we go. So it is JD. Maybe I should change this. I should change this photo. Trump, JD Vance. Let me change my thumbnails real quick, you guys. You guys can hold off for 1 second. I don't like that picture. I'm going to change the thumbnail real quick. That one's not that good. His movie's very good. Have you seen the movie? JD's a young man and is fit to take over after President Trump. Good afternoon from Maine. Nathan, good afternoon from Pennsylvania. What's up, everybody? Amber White, good morning from Australia. Dang! Paying attention to politics of America from Australia. Trump looks really hyped in this photo, doesn't he? Alright, let me put this back up while I make a new thumbnail for you guys. About JD Vance.
You write about adverse childhood consequences.
Sure.
That some kids suffer.
Yep.
In growing up. Being sworn at, insulted, or humiliated by your parents.
Sure. Check.
Being pushed, grabbed, or having something thrown at you.
Check.
Having parents who are separated or divorced.
Check.
Living with an alcoholic or a drug user.
Check.
Living with someone who is depressed or attempted suicide.
Check.
Watching a loved one be physically abused.
Check.
You're batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Given where he came from, J.D. Vance should have been a grim statistic. His parents grew up poor in rural Kentucky. His own tough childhood was in the Rust Belt ruins of Ohio. But Vance escaped what he calls his cultural inheritance, wrote a memoir about it, and landed on the bestseller list. Have you been surprised by how successful it's been?
Yes. How could I not be? Right?
Why do you
I'm
think?
I'm sitting here talking to Megyn Kelly. This is great.
Explain this appeal, because I think you have your finger on it.
Hillbilly Elegy hit a nerve in the presidential election cycle. Vance became a go-to guy on cable and in print, a CNN commentator, a contributor to the New York Times.
Wow.
He became a guide to the anger, rebellion, and pessimism in the communities that carried Donald Trump. He understood what they cared about and didn't. Do you think that it explains why, when the so-called coastal elites were getting very upset over the many offenses that Trump caused, some of the sexism, some of the foul-mouthed language,
Sure.
that this was not particularly shocking because a lot of these folks had grown up around that?
Absolutely. I've criticized a lot of Trump's rhetoric, and I'm not a big fan of some of the things that he said, but there was almost a sense where people were offended by Trump, not because of the substance of what he said, but because of how he said it.
And he's really criticized Trump a lot. I remember, I'm going to pull up some tweets if I can find them, but he really was going after Trump a lot. He was not the biggest Trump fan. This is J.D. Vance, some background story on him that we're going to find out together.
Good society people should not
The
talk
new VP pick for Donald Trump going into 2024.
in this way. And I just never quite understood that criticism.
Please join me in welcoming J.D. Vance to the lectern.
Vance is in a unique position, a colossal success by any measure. A Marine, a graduate of Ohio State and Yale Law School, a Silicon Valley venture capitalist.
And I relate a lot to this.
And now an unusual move, back home again to Ohio. He returns determined to work on the very problems that made his childhood there so turbulent. For all its power as a window on the white working class, Hillbilly Elegy is a painful story about a childhood most people would not want to risk revisiting. Vance's father abandoned him. His mother was locked in an endless cycle of drug abuse that escalated to heroin. The toll it took on her young son is seared into memory, like a simple car ride gone wrong.
I said something or some conversation topic really ignited her temper, and then she just sped up. And she kept on saying, I'm just going to crash this car and kill us both. I'm going to crash this car and kill us both.
J.D. jumped out of the car and ran for help. Someone called the police, and his mother was arrested. And when you watched them take her, do you remember how that felt?
Honestly, I just felt relieved. In that moment, I just felt relieved. And I thought to myself, all right, I'm going to live another day. That's how terrified I was. I mean, I just wanted that situation to end. And then I just broke down, right? I remember I was just really sad and felt very lonely because I'm sitting in the back of this police cruiser. They've just arrested my mom.
Jeez.
The relief of having survived another day was gone. And then I just wanted, somebody to come and take me away. And that was actually Lindsay. That was who, sorry.
Why does that particular moment bring tears?
What a stupid question. What a stupid question.
One, it's just such a crystal clear memory, and so it's hard almost not to feel the same way that I felt as a 12-year-old kid sitting in the back of that police cruiser. But I also think that that moment is kind of a microcosm of my entire life, is that there was this brief moment of terror and of feeling really lonely, and then there was Lindsay.
I would die for that kid.
Aww.
And I know he would too.
His sister Lindsay, 5 years older, was always a source of comfort and protection from their mother's abuse. Did you ever think about calling 911?
No, I only thought about calling Mama.
Mama, Vance's grandmother, Bonnie Blanton,
What?
took J.D. to live with her after that harrowing car ride.
Man,
Was there a
that's
greater
crazy.
influence on your life?
No.
Who is J.D. Vance, Ethan? He's a new VP pick now for some people rise above stuff. That's true, Bubble and Brew, you know. Let me update this thumbnail real quick. Thank you guys for waiting. Alright. Let's see if I need to... Let me edit the thumbnail on this guy. And then we're going to get back. I'm going to find some other videos about JD Vance. Just see what we can learn about him. Because I don't really know that much about JD Vance. You guys said that his hillbilly elegy, I don't even know what that means, was a huge thing. Memoir of a Family and Culture in Crisis. And then it became a thing on Netflix. Wow. No way. So how the heck did he go from going to school, he's pro crypto. I saw also that the Bitcoin price really jumped up after what happened to Trump. So Trump got shot like around here. It was at 59,000, and then it went up $4,000 in a few days. And I guess JD Vance is very pro that, but I didn't. JD Vance, how many things has this guy done? Okay, he's only 39 years old. He's very young, whereas Trump is, I think, 78. He's 78 years old. This guy's 39, so he's exactly half Trump's age, right? He's a U.S. Senator. He went to, so he did the Marine Corps. Okay. Then after high school, he went to the Marine Corps, right? In the Iraq War. Then he attended Ohio State University in 2 years, summa cum laude in political science and philosophy. Oh my God. And he worked for Ohio State Senator while he was there. He probably got paid peanuts and was grinding his butt off. I know these guys that work in political offices, they just work like crazy. After graduating, he attended Yale Law School. How the heck did he afford that? That's what I don't understand. Maybe because of the GI Bill, being in the Marine Corps? Because going to Yale is a huge deal. He was editor of Yale Law School. Wow. During his first year as professor, who has her own book, persuaded him to write his memoir. Okay. Then he worked at Sidney Austin LLP, a law firm. He moved to San Fran to work in the tech industry as a venture capitalist. How did he have money to do this? He was spending all this... Like, San Fran's expensive. Then in 2016, Harper published his book, and it was on the New York Times bestsellers list in 2016. So he went from making a book in 2016, putting it out. It's now 2024. Now he's a vice presidential candidate. So in 2016, his book came out. He was in San Fran. That's when Trump won. Well, first was campaigning and then won, right? 2016. Imagine that. You're making a book. You know, you're in San Fran trying to work in the tech industry. And you see how Trump's running for office. Hillary's running. Sorry. And then now, 8 years later, you went from that to being the guy's running mate. That's insane. That's insane. What a transformation. Oh my God. Then he was with an investment firm. This guy became a huge deal. 2022. Wow, okay. In 2019, Vance co-founded something. In 2020, he raised $93 million for the firm. With Thiel and former Trump advisor, Vance invested in Rumble. And now Rumble's value is like Rumble stock. Do they have a stock price? So it came at 9. Now it's at here. I don't know if it's that great too. I mean, it's really popular though. You guys are on Rumble. Where were we? Okay. And in 2022, he decided to run for U.S. Senate against Sherrod Brown, who's a Democrat, but he decided not to. Then in 2021, Super PAC. In 2021, Vance entered the race. He won the Republican primary with 32% of the vote, probably because of his popularity with the book, right? For anybody just coming in, J.D. Vance is now Trump's VP. He wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post supporting the provision. Wow. Senator, and now he literally just became, and they already have it on Wikipedia. How do they do this? Wow. Okay, let's hear what people have to say about J.D. Vance, VP. Let's see. We don't need to hear all this BS crap about delegates. I want to hear something else. Bro, come on. Someone's got to be talking about the VP. There's some D-bag. There's some assholes on YouTube like this guy. Likely his VP picks all hate Trump. Bro, oh my God, such idiots. Let's see J.D. Vance and Trump at a rally and see what they have said about each other. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, I have to say, so we did all of us. It's not me, it's all of us. We did great in 2016. We did great in 2020. There was tremendous spirit. There's never been spirit like we have now. There's never been. 2016, and we did much better in 2020. You see it. I mean, you know it. And we had unbelievable rallies, unbelievable. There's never been spirit like we have right now. And that's because you got a glimpse of what these people are doing to our country, which you didn't have before. So it's been really pretty amazing, I will tell you that. We're also pleased to be joined by a friend of mine and somebody that has really turned out to be great. You know, when you endorse somebody, you don't know. You think they're going to be good and they turn on you. I'll give you plenty of examples, but perhaps not now. But this guy turned out to be an absolute star. He's a young star, and he's a great senator and a real fighter. J.D. Vance. J.D. Great job. Great job. You want to say something, J.D.? We have to say. Come on up. Come on. He should say. I think we should. It's a nice Saturday. What the hell? We have nothing else to do.
It's good to see you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Well, first of all, I got to say, the teleprompter really does look like hell here. The president's telling the truth here. But look, let me say something. It's a real statistic, sir. I looked this up. Do you know that all of the net job growth under Biden's presidency has gone to the foreign-born? And Donald Trump's presidency, the job growth went to American citizens. Let's rebuild prosperity for America's citizens and re-elect Donald J. Trump.
So Jimmy P. Unhinged said, I've seen no baggage, but the Dems can always make something up. That's so true. You know, I'm sure some BS is going to come out about him. Plus, we also don't know what October surprise they're going to have for Trump. I mean, they're trying every single thing to try to bring him down. That's actually a great point, Jimmy. Some other stuff for J.D. Vance and Trump.
And very simply, it's called America First. We came up with that little name, and, you know, they say on the other side, we will not let America First dominate. They should really say, we don't like Trump's policies, but you don't say, we don't want America First.
Yeah, well,
and then they go after MAGA all the time. We will stop MAGA. Well, MAGA means make America great again. You know, they're pretty tough to stop, J.D. And good luck. Hey, JD, you have some very good polls I saw today. What the hell am I doing here? Good night, everybody. We can make this one real short, JD. Would you like to just do it for a quickie, or do you want to go through the whole deal? Uncle Sam, what do you want to do, Uncle Sam? We love Uncle Sam. You know, we have incredible women here from North Carolina, and they were with us yesterday in Miami. Did you see where we had a tropical storm?
Okay, first of all, I gotta say something about these women that go around Miami, that go around to every Trump rally, okay? These North Carolina women. North Carolina women for Trump, right? These ladies, I've seen these ladies at so many rallies, right? And this was, it's these ladies right here. They go to so many of his rallies, women for Trump. They're from North Carolina, and they get all this love, and they get to sit in the front row. It's amazing that they are willing to do this, but also they have to be so well off and so rich, all of them, to be able to go do this. Their husbands, I'm sure, just have big jobs, and they just get to go around wherever they want. And I've met them, and some of them are nice. But it's like, I hate seeing all the glory they get sometimes, because it's like, well, if we all were rich, you know, we would just fly, stay, help a little bit, you know. Going to all these events, when you're at a Trump event, it's cool. It's very cool. But like to go constantly to every single one and help out a little bit and then get your shine and sit front row, honestly, I think it'd get boring. And it does get boring. I've gone to a few events in a short period of time, and I was like, okay, I kind of know what he's going to say. Like, I don't really need to be here. But you have these people that just worship the guy and will do anything. And I don't know. It's very rare that it's wild that they can go, you know, but you have to be in such an amazing position to be able to do that financially, time-wise. And look at them. They're all fake blondes. Look at them. Like, bro, what is with the fake blonde thing in America? I don't understand. But anyway, that's who he's talking about in that thing. But I want to get back. Trump said, make America great again, right? Let's go back to Biden's.
This is a
special report from last night from the office where he, like going to Disney World over and over and over. Yeah, it is. I mean, okay, it's a cool time to go to a Trump rally. Thank you, Jeff. But, you know, wish I could travel Bubble and Brew. Yeah, it would be amazing. Jimmy P says, I think I dated one of those ladies. You know, and the problem is you have some of those people that just, they worship the guy, like the front row Joes, okay? They get shouted out, and they get, front row Joes, these people. This is who I was right next to when I got to meet the president, right? Was these people. Some of them were there, some of these, and they just go around, travel around. Like, do people just spend all of their money? Do they have other businesses? Or are they just worshiping Trump all the time? Ethan, yeah, I'm going to show the MAGA clip. It was too funny. But these people get shouted out, and sometimes the team, Trump's event team, will block off the front row for these people. And it's like, so he can shout them out and they can be right in the front for the camera to see. And when you're a new person going to an event and you get there real early, and it ends up not even mattering how early you get there because they reserve the front row for these guys that have seen Trump a bunch of times, they don't need to see him again. Let somebody else do it. But then Trump shouts them out. They like the visuals of these super fans. The campaign likes having these visuals possibly of these super fans in the front row. And maybe these people will get pissed if you don't put them in the front row because they come to everyone. But it doesn't allow someone new to get a new experience being in the front, seeing Trump up close. Once you see him a few times, you don't need to see him 50. That's a personal gripe of mine. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But that's just, I hate the worshiping that goes on in politics of Trump, of other people, and then this ass kissing that goes on where people get to be in the front row and it doesn't matter. Like, bro, you've seen him 50 times. Move over.
No violence on our streets. That's how democracy should work.
It's right here.
Made America so special. Here in with every soul, every power of my being. So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it. Let's make America so special. Here in America, everyone must be treated with dignity and respect, not through acts of violence.
He's struggling. He was struggling last night trying to talk about Trump's getting shot, right? And this was so good. Because every time you say, right, Jimmy? Every time, Ethan, every time you say, make America, your mind immediately goes to great again, right? Can we put it in the chat, by the way? Can we put it in the chat real quick? Make America great again. I want to see if YouTube is blocking me from doing that again. Make America great again. And then we're going to play this clip. Make America great again. Let's see. Okay, it works on my end. Can you guys put it in, or is YouTube going to block it? Yeah, Pam. Okay, it worked. It worked. It worked. See if you guys can put it in. Watch it.
Always rest in the hands of the people, not in the hands of would-be assassins.
Here we go.
You know, the path forward through competing visions of the campaign should always be resolved peacefully, not through acts of violence.
Here we go.
You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being. So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it. Let's make America so special.
I don't know if he because they had to have something in there for him to say, right? Okay, let's check. Wow, you guys can all put "Make America Great Again" in the chat. Okay, perfect. Thank you. But what do you think they put in his teleprompter, his script for this video, for this filming? Make America what? Or was he just going off?
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it. Let's make America so special.
So I think they had to put special because he said that after, what's made America special? But his mind, you say make America, you're immediately going to great again.
Think about it. Let's make America so special.
Oh, Joe, we're going to have to roast you right now, okay? We're transitioning really quickly since we're talking about Joe Biden. We have to watch the section.
Like this video.
This is my video.
Okay. Obviously, you can.
Where Trump
now let's get the video.
Roasts Joe Biden. I want to see this.
Video started with Trump roasting none other than Joe Biden.
I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make sure.
Mr. President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
The wrong guy, the wrong night at the wrong time.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Mr. President?
Did you use the word smart?
Did you use the word smart, Joe?
So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State.
Bro.
You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. As you know, it's been reported that right now Crooked Joe's gone to a log cabin to study, prepare. No, he didn't. He's sleeping now.
He's sleeping.
Because they want to get him good and strong. So a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the. That's.
Yeah.
They want to strengthen him up. Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me.
Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
Oh, now that would go over great, wouldn't it? That would go over.
I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. He's Mr. Tough Guy. You know when he's Mr. Tough Guy? When he's standing behind a microphone by himself. That's when he's been.
True.
He wants to bring me to the back of the barn.
Oh, okay. Man, he looks so rough. All right, let's get back to business about Joe. Good clips in the video. Watched it many times. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. Bubble Brew, me too. You guys watched it many times. I hope that it can provide you a lot of entertainment. I spent so much time on that video. I think I spent probably 100 hours putting it together, finding clips, thinking through the order of the clips so that it could best entertain you guys and serve you guys. Because sometimes you just want to sit down and watch a montage, right? And watch these different clips of someone you love supporting. And when you have to like go find them all on your own, it just gets frustrating. You can't just sit down like with a beer, with your food, and just watch and laugh, you know. And to put that together for you guys, for so many other people, I'm glad that I put a lot of thought into it, is my point. It's not just like, oh, there's some random clips, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Brenda, he did pick J.D. Vance, which we're going to get back into, but there's a lot of thought that goes into those videos, and I'm glad you guys enjoy them, because some other people put these like montages together, and honestly, they're not done well. They're just randomly thrown together. There's no chapters. They're really bad, and I'm glad that you guys liked it so much more. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we have going on about J.D. Vance. If anyone has put out any videos about it, or if Trump Vance, Make America Great Again. Here's the promo. Wow, it's just insane that J.D. Vance is 39, Trump's 78. I'm going to make that tweet really quickly. I'm going to put out a tweet about this because I just realized, Jeff, yeah, it is a lot of work. Bubble and Brew, your videos are great. It really means a lot when you guys say that and when you guys take the time to watch. So, thank you so much. Let me put this out. Half the age of Donald Trump. That's insane. If I got that right. Okay, is there any more videos about... Oh my God, congrats to J.D. Vance. You've come a long way. This was J.D. Vance, y'all. This was J.D. Vance. Right? Let's see what we got. If anyone else is live streaming right now about it. Let's see. Rumble. Let's see. Someone's got to be talking about J.D. Vance. I don't give a crap about the Republican National Convention. They all just like... Da 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 da. Man, nobody's talking about J.D. Vance right now. Come on, bruh, really? The clip where he says, "Jeb, no, you can go back," always seems to make me burst out laughing. I swear. What do you mean? What is that? What clip is that? Jeb, you can go back? I don't know. Did I include that in there? Did I include that? Republican politicians? I don't know.
He's a very nice person, but we need tough people. We need toughness. We need intelligence, and we need tough. Jeb said when they come across the southern border, they come as an act of love.
You said in September 30th that ISIS was
Am I talking or are you talking, Jeb?
I'm talking right now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not talking.
Oh, you can go back.
You interrupted me,
September 30th,
Are you going to apologize, Jeb? No. Am I allowed to finish?
Yes, one at a time.
Excuse
Go ahead,
me. Am I allowed to finish?
Go ahead, Mr. Trump.
So,
little of your
again,
own medicine there.
I know you're trying to build
Bush,
up your energy,
please.
Jeb, but it's not working.
One at a time.
Look.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times,
Here we go.
and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough is it?
A lot of times.
He kills him right here too.
That's all of his donors and special interests out there. So that's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. No.
You know, not many people. Jeff, you're from Florida. What do you think about Jeb Bush? He was the senator from Florida, right? Or was he governor or something? I don't remember. Not a lot of people would be willing to even say that about the special interests and donors and say they couldn't get tickets. You know, every other politician would just play the game because they all have a bunch of special interests and donors, right? He has balls to say that stuff back in 2016. It was really impressive. Okay, I want to see some stuff about J.D. Vance. This is interesting to notice right here. Here we go. Come on, where's the J.D. Vance and wife, Fox and Friends? J.D. Vance, wife, Fox and Friends. Come on, where is this freaking full interview? Did they just like strap this thing? Man. Here we go.
It's funny, Usha was not.
Here we go. Ready?
Tell me about y'all's faith.
I had never been baptized. Even though I was raised Christian, I'd never been baptized. So I was baptized the first time in 2018, I think. It's funny, Usha was not raised Christian. Is actually not Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I remember when I started to re-engage with my own faith, Usha was like very supportive.
Usha, why were you so supportive?
There are a few different reasons. One is that I did grow up in a religious household. My parents are Hindu, and that was one of the things that made them such good parents, that make them really very good people. And so I think I've seen that, the power of that in my own life. And I knew that JD was searching for something. This just felt right for him.
How do y'all merge two different faiths while still raising your children?
There are a lot of things that we just agree on, I think, especially when it comes to family life, how to raise our kids. And so I think the answer really is we just talk a lot.
Tell me about y'all.
Okay. Put that in the chat. Good or bad? Is that good or bad? That J.D. Vance is a Christian and his wife is Hindu. Good or bad in the chat? Put good if you think it's good, bad if you think it's bad. There's no in between. It's not like okay. I think it's terrible. How the hell are they supposed to get like-minded on standards for their lives, for their kids' lives, right? When you have two different total belief systems on the world, on what is right and wrong. That I don't like. I don't like that at all. Let me know what you guys think. Does she also hyphenate her last name? I don't know. I'm going to stay out of this one. That's a rough one, but I'm going to say bad. It will all unfold, Jeff says. Hyphenated last name is the biggest tell. Does she... Don't matter to me, but it will to some. Well, I just think it's really unwise to do so because you have completely different belief systems on how the world started, what to do in bad situations, how to handle crisis situations, who do you pray to? How do you do that? If the kids have a serious situation going on and you're trying to, like a health situation, right? You're going to pray to two different gods in a way? I'm a Christian, okay? And that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Honestly, how people raise their children is their issue, not mine. I don't know about their religion and what beliefs consist of. When I was in, where was I? Thailand, Malaysia. Malaysia's Muslim. Thailand had some Hindu temples. And going into there, you really got to see, wow, these beliefs are so much different than mine. Melania. Trump. Religion. Okay. I guess we don't know what Melania is. How does she confirm that she's Catholic by going to the Vatican? Bro, no, I'm not subscribing to the Washington Post. Okay. The Trumps visited Vatican City. Melania was visiting as a Catholic. And she placed... And I don't really know what Trump is. Trump talks about God a lot. He seems like he's a Christian. Is Melania Trump a... Yeah, she's a U.S. citizen, bro. Google. Okay. I don't know if she's really Catholic just because she went to... She wore a veil to the Vatican to meet the Pope, right? She wore a veil to the Vatican on Wednesday to meet the Pope, but no head covering a few days earlier to meet the King of Saudi Arabia. Okay, So we don't know about that one. We don't really know. If a woman actually likes you, she will immediately take on your last name, your religion, your favorite sports teams, all of this. All of it. This is a major red flag when she doesn't do these things. I don't know about favorite sports teams. Edmondato. It's a tough subject, in my opinion. I just don't understand how you're supposed to get like-minded if you have completely differing standards. It doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, let's get back to some J.D. Vance information. That's wild. Which Nick Fuentes said, what kind of family is this? He's probably going crazy about the J.D. Vance thing. Okay, he's just going off about... Yeah, this is still wild to even think about. You know, in what universe can a 20-year-old nerd drive up to a presidential campaign event with a car full of explosives, climb on top of a building with a rifle in view of everybody, then fire 8 times, all while being detected by the police? That's what he's saying. He thinks it's a setup. That's just like... That's even hard to comprehend, you know? How that can happen. I don't really like thinking about it too much because it's still just... It's still so bloody frustrating. Trump, Vance, Elon Musk said, resounds with victory. Okay, let's see what Vivek said. So proud of my friend, classmate, did they go to Yale together? And fellow Southwest Ohioan. Vivek's from Ohio? No. What? Cincinnati, Ohio. Bro, no way. I'm from Ohio too. That's where I was born. Ohio, stand up! Okay. We used to watch Bengals games at the bar in law school. It's awesome we're now here a decade later with JD joining the strongest presidential ticket in our lifetime. He'll be an outstanding vice president, and I look forward to everything ahead for him and for our country. No way. A source told me that RFK had a meeting with the Trump team for close to 2 hours. Just 15 minutes ago, RFK Jr. responded to Trump's recent call for Secret Service protection for him. It is a hopeful sign for our country when a political opponent calls for one's protection. Maybe our country can unite after all. So yeah, reportedly Trump called for RFK to get full Secret Service protection because of what's been going on. That's great. What is this, bro? Is this woman like just searching for attention by tweeting? She got 44 million views about changing her thing to being a Trump voter. There's so many people on Twitter that just like are craving attention so bad. Here we go, Trump war room. Let's see if yo, Sneeko went to the Miami game. Wow. Okay, let's see if there is. That's what I was gonna see. Yeah, Vivek, especially because Vivek isn't really like a part of any of the political sphere, you know? So he's, in case something happened with Trump, he could be, not really be bought, possibly. Let's see what Team Trump says.
Your father, as president, I think you would even say was a divisive figure. What's it going to look like in the second term?
I don't think he was a divisive figure at all. I think the media created divisiveness around him. They lied about Russia collusion. They said he was a traitor. They went after him in every which way possible. If the media actually starts being an honest broker, talking about the things that he did, the prosperity he brought, the peace deals that he signed around the world, rather than the disaster that we're living right now, I think you'd do everyone in the country a big favor.
I know immigration's important to him. I covered the family separation crisis closely. Will we continue to see policies like separating 5,000 children deliberately from their parents?
You mean the Obama administration?
You know they didn't do that, sir.
Okay, sure.
Will there be a second family separation policy?
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns. Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
What does that change?
Wow, man, that was nice. That was nice. That's insane, because we do know that the cages thing was in Obama, right? At border, Obama. It's true that Obama built the cages at, oh my God, Washington Post. AP fact check. Reference, even by the AP, the reference to cages is misleading in a matter that Democrats have persistently distorted. Trump did use facilities that were built during the Obama-Biden administration to house children at the border. And this guy, these guys are so evil. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys about this. I was at the White House in 2018 to film for the Turning Point USA Black Leadership Summit, okay? This right here. And we were inside the White House, okay? And I got hired to film that for the Officer Tatum, actually. You guys, I'm sure, have seen him on YouTube. I used to work for him, okay? And the media people had such an attitude towards us and some of us younger people that were in there working it for the staff, with the staff, right? With the event staff. They had such an attitude, the media members, the guys in the back with the cameras, with the setting up the microphones and everything, because I was back there with my camera trying to plug into the audio source. They had such an attitude. A young, super young guy just working. It was like, what is your guys' fucking problem? And it's because we're conservative, you know, and they just can't stand us. So it's so true what he's saying, Don Jr. is saying right here. 48 hours after their dad was shot, and they're still just going with a lie, a straight out lie about these cages and is it going to be. These guys have no conscience. They do what their boss tells them, I think, or they have such a vitriol built up inside against Donald Trump that they're just going to do what they can to try to get him in a snare, bring him down. And they do it in such a politically correct way, a politically correct tone, acting like, oh, I'm just presenting the facts. This is all it is. I don't have a bias at all. I don't hate Trump at all. I'm just presenting the facts. And they seem like such assholes.
What is that change going to look like, Don? What practically your father, as president, I think you would even say was a divisive figure. What's it going to look like in the second term?
I don't think he was a divisive figure at all. I think the media created divisiveness around him. They lied about Russia collusion. They said he was a traitor. They went after him in every which ways possible. If the media actually starts being an honest broker, talking about the things that he did, the prosperity he brought, the peace deals that he signed around the world, rather than the disaster that we're living right now, I think you'd do everyone in the country a big favor.
I know immigration's important to him.
Immigration's important to him. Here we go. See, they just think of these zingers to try to bring him down, and it's not even honest. I don't know how these people sleep at night because they're trying to keep their jobs and please their boss, who probably takes pecking orders from the Democrat National Convention.
Immigration's important to him. I covered the family separation crisis closely. Will we continue to see policies like separating 5,000 children deliberately from their parents?
You mean the Obama administration?
You know they didn't do that, sir.
Okay. Sure.
Will there be a second family separation?
And Don's got to stay calm because he's pissed. A few days ago, he just saw his dad almost die, get shot at. And this is the lies. And they're trying to catch him, get him pissed off, get him say something out of pocket so that they can use that against the Trumps in this campaign. They are slick, man. And watch, he's getting frustrated, but he's like, I got to stay calm. I got to stay calm.
Separation policy.
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns. Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
That's a good job staying calm.
What is that?
Pretty good. That was because that's not easy to do, man. That is not easy to do. That is not easy to do. I want to see. Here we go. This girl is such... Oh, my God. We can't stand this woman. We cannot... And Trump destroyed her.
He's moving forward. That's what he is. He's a fighter. He's going to get back in the game. He's never going to be pushed aside.
What to say.
They've tried to go after him for so many ways, whether it was the businesses, whether it's throwing him in jail, up to and including the death penalty and that. They've just tried everything to stop him. He's not meant to be stopped. He's meant to help fix this country. He's moving forward.
Ooh, I want to go to the CNN one and see what they're saying. So Trump is officially the nominee. Let's see this, and then we'll get to some other news coverage of what they're saying.
Madam Secretary, and everybody in this great city. On behalf of our entire family, and on behalf of the 125 delegates in the unbelievable state of Florida, we hereby nominate every single one of them for the greatest president that's ever lived, and that's Donald J. Trump. Hereby declaring him the Republican nominee for President of the United States of America.
Man, that setup is massive. Wow.
Pursuant to the announcement...
Who is this lady, by the way? We couldn't have got somebody more enjoyable to look at. I don't know what she's like, I don't know. But I'm just saying what's true, what I feel, okay? We couldn't get somebody that looks a little better than that.
Of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Florida, 125 votes, President Trump.
Setup. Okay, we did it. Okay, nice. I knew this was gonna happen. Okay, now I want to get to some of this coverage on CNN. I gotta get a different chair. This thing squeaks so much. Is CNN live right now? Yeah, here we go. But did they do a Don Jr. thing? Or they interviewed somebody? Oh, here we go.
We're going to interrupt right now. We have some news, and the news let us go to Dana Bash about what is going on right now.
Well, we now have the former president's pick, and it is J.D. Vance.
the
Most
39-year-old
dishonest network
freshman
right here.
senator from the state of Ohio.
Let me just read, if
Please
I can
do.
read. So we have this announcement that Donald Trump truth socialed it. After lengthy deliberation and thought, and considering the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person best suited to assume the position of Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. J.D. honorably served our country in the Marine Corps, graduated from he says Ohio State University. It should say the Ohio State University, I've been told. In 2 years, summa cum laude, and is a Yale Law School graduate, where he was editor of the Yale Law Journal and president of the Yale Law Veterans Association. JD's book, Hillbilly Elegy, became a major bestseller and movie as a champion of the hardworking men and women of our country. JD has had a very successful business career in technology and finance, and now during the campaign will be strongly focused on the people he fought so brilliantly for, the American workers and farmers in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond. That came at 2:04 p.m. Central Time.
They're the worst.
So 3:04. Let us go to Phil Mattingly, who is, I believe, with the Ohio delegation. And Phil, I hope that adding the in that message didn't alarm anybody, but reliably you're supposed to call it the Ohio State University. That's what you've drilled into my head. So
yeah, no, that's important.
There must be a lot of
Jake,
excitement
watch
where
right
you are.
now.
Must be a lot of excitement.
Governor
yeah.
DeWine is actually reading the Truth Social post as the delegation is learning about this right now. I asked if they wanted to discuss it, and they actually wanted to wait and see and make sure, not because they didn't believe it, but because they knew that it could go any different way. So as they're reading these posts right now, I'm actually going to show you the delegates from Ohio as they are learning this basically in real time. Governor, I want to ask you, I know you...
So he's got to be the governor of Ohio, I'm guessing. Let's just double check this. I'm imagining. Yeah, Mike DeWine. Okay, let's get back.
You were very cautious throughout this process. You know it could go any different way. Now we know that the former president has selected J.D. Vance. What do you think?
Well, we're very happy. This is a great day for Ohio. Ohio truly is the heart of it all, as we say. And now we have the vice presidential candidate, and we hope the next vice president of the United States, and J.D. Vance.
At what point did you know? I mean, I saw you reading
the
social media post. Was that when you knew, or did you have like a little bit of an insight?
You never know for sure until you see it, you know. I've been around this business for a while, and, you know, we thought it was going to be J.D., but we did not know that.
Yeah, Lieutenant Governor Husted, did you have any kind of insight into this process beforehand, or was that the first you learned of it officially too?
Well, I think we've known for a few days that it was likely, but it's never done until it's done. And when Donald Trump posts it and says that's the nominee, then we can all move forward with a great deal of joy here in Ohio.
Governor, before I toss it back to Jake, I think the big question right now is, does this help the former president? Does this change the dynamics? You've been in politics an awfully long time. What does a vice presidential selection mean?
Well, look, we're going to win Ohio. We've won it twice by 8 percentage points. But I think J.D. Vance will be a great nominee for vice president. He brings a lot to the ticket. He brings a great American story, an unbelievable story.
That's true.
He served in the military. He's extremely articulate. He has the ability to take Donald Trump's positions and articulate them in just a very, very good way, very understandable way. So, look, this is a new generation. This is a new generation of leaders in this country, and J.D. Vance is going to be the next vice president of the United States.
All right.
That is true, man. He's going to be able to not just communicate with stuff that I've seen, but have a motivating and exciting story to promote, right? From nothing, from such a bad... He's going to be able to say, like, about understanding the average American or people who have had to live not the greatest childhoods or starting bases in life, right? When you compare that to Horizontal Harris, who supposedly got her start in politics by having her relationship with some guy, Kamala Harris. I think it's Willie Brown, isn't it? Right? Yeah. She supposedly had an affair with Willie Brown, which helped her rise in the ranks. You compare that with J.D. Vance, who had such a tough start to his life and rose above it and went so impressive. Had such an impressive growth in his life. It'll be, I think that contrasting mindset that contrasting story that they can promote, right, of Kamala Harris versus J.D. Vance is going to help capture much more attention and empathy and fandom for Trump and his campaign.
Governor Mike DeWine, Lieutenant Governor John Husted, we appreciate it. Jake, back to you.
Thanks so much, Phil Mattingly, and it is exciting news. We have just learned Kristen Holmes, J.D. Vance, he's 39, he's been married for 10 years, he has 3 kids. This will be the first ever CNN commentator ever put on a presidential ticket. J.D. Vance briefly served as a CNN commentator after the publication of his book, Hillbilly Elegy. Kristen Holmes, what more can you tell us about this pick?
Yeah, so we'd had lots of conversations around who Donald Trump was going to pick, talking about those top 3 contenders, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Senators Marco Rubio, and Senator J.D. Vance. And around Vance, the conversation continued to be, if he chooses J.D. Vance, he is looking to secure his legacy in the MAGA movement. As you noted, he is 39 years old, and it is clear to everyone, including former President Donald Trump, that obviously, on day 1 of a potential Trump administration, J.D. Vance is likely to start running for president in 2028. But that would mean that Donald Trump would secure this message of populism that has really taken over the Republican Party. And J.D. Vance, as you noted, was a CNN commentator, but he was also a never-Trumper back in 2017.
Yep.
He was somebody who had spoken out very critically against the former president. When I asked people around them how it was that Donald Trump overcame that, somebody who cares so deeply about loyalty, they said that JD was able to win him over not just through himself, but also through his son, Don Jr. Don Jr. has been one of the biggest proponents of J.D. Vance, constantly building him up to both his father and publicly as well. Some of the tea leaves that we had seen is that Donald Trump's team seems to be very receptive to J.D. Vance as well. I will note that Vance was the only of these 3 potential candidates who went with Donald Trump on a West Coast swing recently. Burgum did meet them there. But part of the reasoning was because J.D. Vance had secured relationships with a number of Silicon Valley tech moguls, including David Sachs, who's speaking later tonight. This was a huge coup for Donald Trump. This is a world that he had never really ventured up into. So clearly we had seen this moving and inching in this direction, but it is interesting when you hear about Donald.
Yeah, so Jeff, JD worked for CNN as a commentator because he gained so much popularity with his book. We saw that in the Megyn Kelly clip earlier.
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, a lot of this is him really securing his legacy and moving that MAGA movement forward, Jake.
That makes a lot of sense. If it's not just solely about Trump being able to win this election, but be able to have someone who's primed to be able to run as a presidential candidate for the next 4 years in 2028. That makes a lot of sense because I kept wondering, who's it really going to be? And if they bump up J.D. Vance's national profile by being a VP, just like happened with Joe Biden, it makes a lot of sense. And he's young enough, he's vibrant enough, he has such a relatable story. But that's insane that he can go from writing a book 8 years ago, in 2016, J.D. Vance, to now being selected as the VP, and then possibly in 4 years from now, running as the President of the United States. That just goes to show you how much can happen in a decade. If you work, if you build connections, if you make a lot of money. That is insane. Go from writing a book, working in Silicon Valley, to being a presidential candidate he could be in 2028. But that makes so much more sense, the wisdom of that. Trying to solidify the MAGA movement, get someone who's super into MAGA, and propping them up to not only serve as the proper vice president and help win in 2024, but to also get someone in there for 2028. That makes a lot of sense because I didn't really think that through. I was like, who were they going to do in 2028, A lot can change in 4 years, obviously, but yeah. There he is. This, oh my God, can't stand this. She just looks like... Doesn't she just look uptight and like a narcissistic, super liberal... I'll let you fill in the word. Man, oh, she's so nasty. Look at her. I can't stand looking at this woman.
That President Trump has picked Senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance. He's 39 years old, so almost 40 years younger then Donald Trump at the top of the ticket. This is a favorite pick of Donald Trump's son, Donnie Jr., and this is, without question, a generational change for the Republican Party, handing the baton, as it were. Caitlin?
Yeah, Jake, and I think it raises a lot of questions about what this is going to look like for the MAGA agenda, because when Donald Trump was president, obviously the last time, Mike Pence was not a threat to him necessarily politically. He was someone who bolstered the ticket in 2016 with evangelicals, but one part of the consideration in this Veep stakes has been whether or not Donald Trump would view the person that he picked as his vice president as potentially a threat, someone who wanted to be kind of the heir apparent to MAGA. Obviously, Senator J.D. Vance is someone who, as you noted, is incredibly young, has big political aspirations, and right now they are noting that J.D. Vance has been the pick as vice president. A lot of delegates here, Jake, are not able to watch TV. They're not on their phones. They are learning about this all in real time. But I will tell you, one thing that has been happening behind the scenes, as Kristen Holmes just alluded to, is this push for Vance in recent days, as Donald Trump was kind of waffling on his pick. Everyone had always believed that he favored Vance the most, but in recent days, he had been asking people about Burgum, about Rubio. He was even throwing out names, Jake, like the Texas Governor Greg Abbott and even Nikki Haley. That is kind of how Donald Trump's brain works during the selection process. But
see, what a dishonest way to say that. It's kind of the way his brain works. First of all, you don't even know what he was doing, so stop playing. He could have been putting that out there as feelers to throw people off on what he was going to do. But, see, this is why I can't watch CNN, man. I can't do it. I got to get ready to go. I go host a trivia night tonight, you guys. So I have got to go get ready for that. Thanks for jumping on. It's very insightful to learn about the J.D. Vance projection going forward past this 4 years. If you guys did like the stream at all a little bit, feel free to hit the like button. Helps me out a lot. Sometimes it gets promoted a little bit more. I'm going to be streaming more, not just about political stuff, but I'm doing this while I can right now, while I'm packing to be moving, as you can see. No, I don't like to have crates in my room or this squeaky chair. But I'm going to be heading to go to work, host a trivia night at a bar, and thank you guys for hopping in here. Appreciate it. And I'm going to try to figure out how to get the Rumble chat connected next time, because I don't know, people could be watching me on Rumble and I have absolutely no idea. My channels. Okay, let's see. Good luck moving. Thank you, Pam. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you guys for watching. And upcoming. I didn't even launch my live stream on Rumble. Dang. Yeah, see, I got to figure out how to do this right. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, have a good day, you guys.